Probably when I start looking like this.
No.
Gosh, that's so long. And the video and the audio's not working. It's not muted.
Speak up.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, because I have my headphones plugged in.
Hello, hello. Okay. Yeah, stay there. Sure. Tell me when. Can you see iTunes or that another screen pop up? I don't know. An option to pop on. Why are you laughing?
Because you do this to the camera.
Oh, I was playing.
There, see iTunes.
Okay. You should see the PowerPoint in a second.
It went back to you.
Okay, is it full screen?
No, it's like it looks like it's.
Okay, it's gonna go. It should go on.
Oh.
I don't understand why you don't see it right now. I don't
Press play.
understand
Is it on
this.
your screen?
The whole thing is on my screen.
Is your screen shared?
Yes. I mean, I've got to be able to play the PowerPoint without them seeing all the slides and stuff. I don't understand because once I hit play, it disappears on your screen. And here's their answer. How to do PowerPoint full screen, but guess what? slideshow setup show is not there. Here's my problem. I should have had this registration link out yesterday.
We can send it out today.
Huh?
We can send it
Yeah,
out.
we can send it out today if we can get this to work. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to work a whole program when I should be working on the PowerPoint and the training. Screen share looks like.
Mhm. Okay, so there's got to be a way to get Keynote into a, like, to show not in a full screen, but in a full window.
You do, you hit play.
But it takes full screen. You know what I mean? You don't want it to go full screen. You want to play in an own window. Google search real quick.
Hi, I'm Ben Walker, Chief Inspiration Officer at Inspire CA. I'm going to show you how to, using Webinar Jam, how to run Keynote in full screen on the Mac. So there's my super admin link that'll take me to the Google Hangout. So it's just asking me to set it up, and I'm just using just cloned a recent webinar I've done, and I guess, yeah, just using those settings there. So if I start the Hangout, connecting to Webinar Jam. So on my right hand side of the screen, I've got the Keynote presentation already. So if I go up to the Webinar Jam control panel screen share, we just get that, it'll pop up an option. And this is the important, this is the key, I guess. So you've got a whole heap of different options here. You can go for the first, like two different screens. You can go to the, you know, and I've got a few windows open now, but Google, my Google Hangouts web browser, Keynote. I've got Firefox open and a couple of different windows behind there. Evernote. So the key here is to pick the screen that Keynote's going to appear on. I choose the other one apart from the one that the webinar is hanging in, just because when you do exit from Keynote when it's full screen, so it doesn't go back to, I guess, looking at yourself in Google Hangouts. So if we start the screen share there. So on my right hand side of the screen, that's the I guess the shared screen. If I now hit play, what it will do is it'll block out, so I won't be able to see the Hangout, but it will show a full screen in the inside the as a viewer looking at the webinar. And this is a good way that you can still get your transitions. So you can see on my right hand screen, I can see the transitions are actually showing up.
Google Hangouts.
And on the right hand side, you can see exactly what's coming up next. So it's yeah, so that's very simply how to set up Webinar Jam and a full screen keynote presentation. As I mentioned, once you jump out of it, then that's where you can see the Google Hangout again, all the control panel and that sort of thing can come up.
First place. You won't be able to see it, but you can do your transitions. And I'll have it big over here.
That's what those looks like too. I was just gonna say that's the exact same concept I just did. I hit play regardless of how you stack your screen. Oh my god, this makes me so nervous.
Well, you can use Keynote as part of your presentation arsenal when you're using Webinar Jams. Now, if you're like me, you're a Mac owner, and you come to love the functionality of Keynote. And I use it all the time in my live presentations. And I just recently purchased Webinar Jams to do my trainings online, webinars, and all the different things that I have planned. And with Webinar Jams, one of the requirements is whatever presentation software that you're going to use, it needs to have its own separate floating window to play within. Now, again, Keynote doesn't offer that currently. Whenever you hit play on Keynote, it takes over the entire screen, and that's just not good for a webinar or Webinar Jams platform that it's using. So I had to come up with a workaround and a solution. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have actually spent a good couple of weeks researching this because I purchased Webinar Jams here not that long ago, and I watched the training videos and I found out that this was the case. And there's been a lot of different solutions offered by people, none of them that was what I was looking for. I always appreciate when someone has a solution and they post it, and that's exactly why I'm doing the same, because I'm hoping to help you. So let me just give you a demonstration, and then I'll show you how I accomplish this. So let me go to screen share. Let me get into my Keynote presentation. Screen share, here we go. And allow me to show you how this works. What are the problems? Well, the problems are using Keynote in its own window.
Hey, Duana. I don't know, because I think it's going to read it as a JPEG and not as a PDF. Ben, the letter C, Kaufman at gmail.com. Yeah, you know, and I was, I had Cody. Cody was able to email me the PDFs. Listen, because I was looking for something else, and it was actually. Let me go check. He sent me PDFs of our Summit Tribe business account. So let me check real quick to make sure that. Yeah, let me open this up real quick, and I can tell you how far it went back. That's got January in there. So yeah, so he was able to get our, unless it's January 24th. January 31st of this is 2013. Okay, because the way that he did it, I can do it. As long as it's not a scan, as long as it's a direct PDF of what you guys have, I can extract the information. Otherwise, if it's a scanned in document, I can't do it. You're awesome. That's difficult. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. No problem. That's okay. That's all right. You get some lunch. All right. Bye bye.
Let's get right into it. As you can see, I have transitions here. These are not PDFs. A lot of the solutions that I found online said convert your Keynote into a PDF. Well, you can do that if you have a simple presentation, and that's not a problem. That is a solution. But I didn't want to lose the functionality of Keynote that I've come to expect and appreciate, such as some of the transitions. And I know there's people that say advance within QuickTime Movie. You could use your arrow key at an expense and quite frankly, insert a movie into your presentation. Full control over it. Workaround that allows you to have all the functionality without losing anything. It's super simple, super fast, couple steps, and trust me, you're going to be thanking me for this. I've spent weeks coming up with this, and you know when you're searching for, and let's open up Keynote, so I can show you how easy this is. So we have a Keynote presentation open. I've just completed a Keynote presentation, and I want to be able to use this with Webinar Jams. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go up to File. I'm going to go to Export, and I'm going to go to HTML. That is the secret right there. I have not seen anywhere, and trust me when I tell you, I've Googled it. I've gone on YouTube. I've gone on the forums, the communities, all the different places. I've never seen anyone offer up this solution.
Okay.
So again, let me just backtrack because it's this simple. You're not going to believe how simple this is. When you get done with your keynote presentation, it doesn't matter how many sounds or transitions or movies or whatever. It doesn't matter. When you're done with your presentation, you simply go to File, Export, HTML. Click on HTML, and you hit Next. When you hit Next, I'm going to cancel out of here because it'll take a little bit of time for it to come across. Let me just minimize this down for right now. What it's going to do is going to give you a folder. Right here's a folder. I'm just going to, I know it's probably small on your screen, but right here is a folder. When you open up this folder, there's going to be two things within this folder. One is another folder that says assets, and then there's going to be another, I don't know if you want to call it document or whatever it is, and it says index.html. All you do is double click on index.html, and it's going to give you another window. When that window opens up, it's going to have your presentation in it. So let me see if this is working. I'm just going to make this window bigger.
However, how do you have the interactivity of changing slides on
And
your
when I click on my presentation, you can see that there it is in its own separate window. Now, what I like to do for the purposes of this is I copy that, and I hit Command C for copy, and I go up to File, and I say New Window, and I just drop it here, and I hit Command V for paste, and hit Enter, and there it pulls up my presentation in its own window. So why is that important? Because again, in Webinar Jams, I'm going to come back to me, come back to my window. There we go. So for the purpose of Webinar Jams, now off to the side here, I've got a window open with my keynote presentation in it, all by itself. It's ready to go. So all I have to do is simply go over here, hit screen share, choose that window with my keynote presentation. Obviously, you're going to have that open up before you start your webinar. I'm just going to choose that. I'm going to click on Start Screen Share, and there we have it. I am ready to rock and roll. I can hit the next button, and it's going to advance my slides for me.
Where?
There we go.
The next button.
Just that simple. I'm clicking.
What is the
There's
next-
another click.
Next button. Index
I want to
HTML
talk
is
for a
just
while.
a document.
Oh, the next button at the top.
Oh, I don't want to do this. I want to go
Little
back
arrows.
one. Not a problem. I can go back one. I don't like this slide. I move my arrow over.
In Hangout,
I choose a different slide to go to.
No. In the HTML window.
Are you ready for
Okay, so-
change? There you have it. So, with that being said, I'm going to come back to my
Alright, so
window
open
here.
up the keynote.
I'm at the point where I could export.
I
an
hope that you
HTML.
see how easy this is. Again, just one last time to recap, because I know it's that simple. When you're done making your keynote presentation, you go up to File, you go to Export HTML. When you export to HTML, you choose the name of the file and where you want it to be saved. For the purposes of this demonstration, I chose desktop just to make it easy. You're going to see a file folder. You click on that, it's going to come up. There's two things within there. You hit the one that's the .html, it pops up. I put it in its own separate window. I have it off to the side ready to go, so when I'm on Webinar Jams, I can just click on it. As you can see, it's fully functional. It plays videos. You can move from slide to slide. It has all your transitions. Easy,
Yes.
easy. I hope you enjoy this training.
Desktop.
Please visit my webpage if you want to check me out, get more information. You can do all the standard things on social media. Add me to your
I just
circles,
made a
like me
folder.
on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, on and on and on. But feel free to pass this around to your friends that use Keynote and are having a lot of trouble. For you there at Webinar Jams, I hope that you post this for any of the people in the communities, because there's a lot of people looking for this exact solution, and I'm very happy and honored that I can help
So
out
do I just click it?
and save everyone a lot of time.
Okay.
If you want to
If I
do a
got-
practice session, again, send me a message. I'm more than happy to
Yeah.
help you out and walk you through some of this stuff. A lot of people have given back, and that's how I've learned, so this is my way of giving.
You just go to share that window.
Okay. Let me go back to my. kidding me?
He did say paste it into a new window.
Let me see. Let me see what you see. That's fine. I mean, I'm gonna change all that, obviously. Right now, I'm regretting this.
Why?
This this webinar software stuff. Does that work?
I think it works. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh. Let me go back.
Software.
How did you make it so much bigger?
And I'm going to show you my desktop. Let's go to desktop. So I'm going to walk you through this. Now, yeah, you're going to get the little cascading thing, but let me minimize this down for right now. We're not going to need that. Let's tuck that away up here in the corner. Perfect. And let's open up Keynote. So I can show you how easy this is. So we have a Keynote presentation open. I've just completed a Keynote presentation, and I want to be able to use this in different places. I've never seen anyone offer this solution to HTML. Click on HTML, and you hit next. When you hit next, I'm going to cancel out of here because it'll take a little bit of time for it to come across. Let me just minimize this down for right now. What it's going to do is going to give you a folder. Right here's a folder. It opens up. It's going to have your presentation in it. So let me see if this is working. I'm just going to
Okay, so this presentation in his screen is like takes up the whole
and
screen.
when I click on my presentation, you can see that there it is in its own separate window. Now, what I like to do
Did you change the password to our website?
What website?
Our team website. You get into our website.
To Summit Tribe?
Oh wait, it is. Somebody updated it. Was that Kaylee?
We may have. Oh, you know what? We may have done it when. Yeah, when we first got down here. I was just gonna say, just spoke with the surgeon. She said all went well. All margins of concern look very good and clear. We will know more in 7 to 14 days, but surgery went super. Hello, Carol. Absolutely. All right, thanks. Bye bye.
I'm really struggling to figure out what to do
What do you mean?
with this. It's eating me up that we don't have a registration link out. And if we're gonna be using this webinar jam, we are behind the curve in getting people registered. It's not promotable now almost.
It is promotable.
Are we just not gonna have people register? We've got to make a decision. Either this is gonna work or it's not.
It is gonna work. I don't understand. All we do now is promote it, send it out, send it to our leaders, just like we did. We talked about it there. Then we just